All right, so this is going to be a reading for Sagittarius, and for the Sagittarius that I'm reading for today, I'm seeing that you are in the process of healing and letting go from something, but you could be struggling with that a little bit. So that's what this reading is going to be about. Now, before I dive in deeper to the reading, I just want to say thank you so much for being here and for receiving this reading. If you would like a personal reading, I love to do them, and you can book a personal reading with me at my website, ajstarot.com, which is also down below in the description box. And if this reading resonates with you, please take a second to like and subscribe, as that helps me out a lot. But Sagittarius, let's take a look. In the recent past, we have the Knight of Wands, the Hermit, and the Eight of Swords. So I'm seeing that you're very enthusiastic about healing something, wrapping something up, working through it. You're like, I'm there, I'm doing it, I'm doing the healing work. But with the Eight of Swords, there's a bump there. There's something where you get sort of stuck in that healing process. And I see that reflected in the rest of the reading. The overall energy for the reading is the Ten of Wands. So that is that struggle that you have to truly let go. And that's what healing really is, right? Is being able to let go, feeling resolved enough to release something so that we're not stuck on it. And that is really what I see you struggling with. And the more that you hold on to this and the more that you stay in the energy, the more it weighs down on you and becomes a burden, with that Ten of Wands really being very heavy on you. Now, when I clarified the Ten of Wands, I also got the Wheel of Fortune, the Fool, and the Four of Pentacles. So the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool, that's that energy of really making that shift, releasing the baggage, letting go, and feeling free and clear to move into the next stage of your life. But with the Four of Pentacles, it's almost like you're not just holding on, but you feel held back. I'm kind of getting the image of someone who's running and running and running, and then they get caught up in a lasso, and that lasso just stops them in their tracks and pulls them right back to where they were. And so you're showing me that the energy is there to make the change, to move on, to resolve things, and to let go, but that there are some pieces that you just can't let go of. And I want to see more about what that is specifically. For your oracle cards today, we basically have that exact message just spelled out directly. We have past lives, letting go, and going with the flow. And now there's another card that represents the past in this oracle deck where it says clinging to the past. So I think it's interesting that you got past lives instead of clinging to the past, because this doesn't just mean past lives as in like before you were born, the lives that you lived in the past. It also means like lives that you had in this current life that just aren't who you are anymore, that you outgrew. So like when I was in college, that was over 10 years ago, and I'm a different person now. And so that was a past life for me. I don't exist in that timeline anymore. And similarly, you might have past lives within this life that are closed out, they're done. And it's time for you to fully let go of not only that time in your life, but that version of yourself, and just go with the flow of where you are right now and be really present with the present moment. So that you're not getting caught up in the past or the future, and you're fully there for whatever it is that life has to offer you. So, already a really in depth reading, Sagittarius. Let's take a look at the recent past. I want to see how your healing journey is going with the Hermit. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Judgment card, and the Three of Pentacles. You're showing me a little bit of judgment towards yourself, of like, damn, this is going really slowly. Like, can I pick up the pace? And that's also reflected in this Knight of Wands card, which the Knight of Wands is a very fast-moving energy. And so it's almost like you're in a rush to get through this healing process or to just move forward. And I think that's why the going with the flow oracle card is here, because Spirit is reminding you to take your time, to really leave no stone unturned, and take it one day at a time also, and don't rush yourself through this process. And it seems like the faster you try to go, the harder you are on yourself about, why haven't I gotten over this yet? And so when I say try to let go, I don't mean like you're not healing fast enough, you need to let go right now. I just mean also like let go of the need to let go, and just allow yourself to exist in the present moment. Let's take a look at the Knight of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. Yeah, so this is you saying, I did it. It's done. My heart's open. I am healed. I'm ready. And Spirit's like, I don't think that that's true. I think you have more that you need to work on, or you might just not be totally honest with yourself that you might not be completely done, and your heart might not be completely open, and you might not be completely ready. And that's okay. But honesty is the best policy, especially spiritually. And your spirit guides, they don't miss. They're going to see everything, even the things that you don't see. So let's take a look at this Eight of Swords in your energy as well. For the Eight of Swords, we have the Six of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. Again, you're getting very caught up on like almost healing successfully, like, am I doing it all right? Am I coming back better than ever? There could be a little bit of obsession over how you appear to others. Like, I don't want to be a party pooper. I don't want to be negative. I don't want to bring bad vibes. I just want to be healed. I want to be whole. I want to be ready to go. And with the Moon card at the bottom of the deck, it's almost like through that perspective, you miss something that's going on deeper inside you. And maybe what that is just how you feel. Like maybe you're not having a good day and you're keeping this like good vibes thing up of like, I need to get back in the saddle. I need to, just keep going. And Spirit's saying like, wait a second, like there's other things that you're feeling beneath the surface that want your attention. So don't be afraid to kind of go within here. And don't worry about what other people think of you also. Like your healing process is your own, your life is your own, and it's really up to you, how you're feeling. It doesn't depend on anyone else. In the current energy, I'm seeing you as the Empress, the Devil, and the Queen of Wands. So the energy for self-love and confidence and forward movement is there. But then obviously right in the middle, we have the Devil. And there's something unhealthy going on, and Spirit really wants to draw our attention to that with the Devil in the center of the reading. So let's take a look at that Devil. For the Devil, we get the Eight of Swords, the Five of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles. You could be really hard on yourself around things that happen with other people as well. And that could be where this concern of like, how do I appear to others comes through. It's not always directly self-conscious, but it is a little bit like maybe you let other people define you, or maybe you get really in your head about, did I do this wrong? Did I mess this up? Would they like me if I did it this way? And Spirit's saying that there's something there that's holding you back. Others of you might just kind of it's like you turn on like an album of your worst memories and you just play that album over and over again, or you kind of spiral and then you just stay in that place, and you don't get out of it. And in Buddhism, there's this idea that our thoughts are like a radio and they're constantly playing songs, and you have the power to change the station and listen to a different song at any time. But we don't always realize that, and sometimes we get carried away listening to that radio of our thoughts, playing the same songs, same things over and over again, and we get stuck on one station. And so Spirit wants to remind you that you have the power to change the radio station of your mind. Let's take a look at the Empress, Death, Ten of Pentacles, the Emperor. So there's someone else who comes in here, and you're just showing me the ending of that. You're showing me they were very important to me. That was my person, and now it's done. Okay. Let's take a look at the Queen of Wands, the Lovers, the Queen of Swords, the Seven of Cups. So this could be where you start to overthink things, as you're like, did I communicate the right way? Did I represent myself correctly? Was I too harsh? Was I gentle enough? Was I too gentle? Could I have said things differently? Could I have gone about things differently? Just all of that kind of comes crashing down on you, and it affects your confidence. And you start to doubt yourself as well. And that's where Spirit's stressing that it's important for you to let go of the past, because if you're stressing about everything that you did in the past, it's also going to feed into the present moment, and you might get in your head thinking, am I communicating badly now? Am I representing myself badly now? What if I repeat this situation? And all of those types of things. And it's time to really put that to rest and believe in yourself. And for some of you, this connection, it was so important to you that when it left your life, or when it kind of ended, it confused you because it took you away from yourself. And so there's something here about very much returning to yourself and being the center of your own life, and also coming into your own, standing on your own 2 feet. In the near future, we have the Ten of Cups, the Emperor, and the Three of Swords. So there's something going on with this other energy, masculine energy, who's attached to you. Let's take a look at that Emperor. Two of Wands, 10 of Wands, the Empress. So this person's showing me that they're waiting on you for something, and that is difficult. It could be reversed. You could be waiting on this person, and that's difficult to them. But I'm seeing in your energy that you're done with this, and they're more waiting on you, and that's difficult. And you could be in this place of thinking, like, did I make the right decision to end this, to cut this off? And you're also showing me that for you, healing means not having feelings for this anymore, because in the past we had the Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. And so at some point you told yourself, not only am I done with this, I'm done with this emotionally, and that comes through as deceptive. And it also comes through as like needing to project a certain image, or needing to project a certain image to yourself, believe in yourself, and that healing has to look a certain way. And healing doesn't mean that all your feelings close off. It just means that you're able to let go of the weight of it, the pain of it, the expectations, and all of that. And so even if this comes back around in some way, try to think of it as like a new experience, even if it's with the same person. Let's take a look at the 10 of Cups. The 3 of Cups, the 4 of Cups, the Knight of Cups. Someone here is showing me, I don't want a reunion. I want them to come towards me, or I don't think this is going to work out, but I still want it. Something like that. It could be you, it could be them, but it is in the energy. It could also just be a shared energy, and that's what Spirit's kind of wanting you to acknowledge, is you think you're letting go, but you're still holding on. And so both energies are kind of present, and it creates a bit of a conflict in your energy, because both things are present, and the universe receives that and is like, what do you want? Do you want to be done with this, or do you still want this person? And it kind of seems like you tell yourself, I have to cut this off, it's over. But then even within that, you still have feelings, and you can't just cut off your heart here, right? And it's difficult because you're showing me that your heart really does reach out towards this, but then your mind is like, no, you have to let go of it. And so I wonder if there's a way, Sagittarius, that you can let go of needing to let go and let go of needing things to be a certain way, needing this to be done. It's already done in whatever ways it's done. And if you still have feelings for it, how can you make space for those feelings? And just, again, I keep being drawn back to that oracle card that says going with the flow. For the Three of Swords, we have the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Page of Cups. You're showing me that it stresses you out, that you still care about this, that it hurts you, that you still have emotions. And I think that's the part of you that needs a little bit more gentleness, a little bit more acceptance. What if you do still have feelings for this? That's okay. And I think in a very love-focused culture, there's often this narrative of if you have feelings for someone, it needs to happen. You need to be with them. You need to pursue it. And you're showing me I don't want to pursue it, but I do have these feelings. And I guess I just want to express to you, Sagittarius, that it's okay to have those feelings, that you don't need to pursue this, and you also don't need to be afraid of the way that you feel. Both can be true. For your 3 cards of advice from the universe, we have the Ten of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Six of Pentacles. The energy is about really focusing on balancing out yourself in the way that this hurt you. And don't worry too much about the other person right now and what's going on with them. Try to focus on balancing out some of those really extremely painful feelings, because you are balancing out and you are coming back to yourself. And I think the situation is going to balance out the more you let that process run its course. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope this helps. I hope this resonates, and I'll see you next time.